Hi guys, welcome to tonight's flight. As we are with TUI Fly, as there is no Air Serbia to go down to Tivat this evening, as we do a flight from Belgrade to Tivat. We're going to come on the NDB for 1-4, so we do the circle approach. So it should be a really fun arrival today as we test out this approach, as it is a nice one. Coming in on the NDB, make that right hand turn and then line up with the runway to come in for 1-4. So here comes the catering, getting ready to come as we load the aircraft up and get ready for our pre-flight procedures. So if you enjoy the flights guys, don't forget to hit that red button and subscribe, leave your comments down below and hit that thumbs up. So let's get to the cockpit and start. Okay, so as the aircraft gets loaded up and ready to go, we can get ourselves ready with our pre-flight procedures. So we've got our parking brake which is set. We'll go overhead now, we'll get the battery on and guarded, standby power is guarded and ground power is on. We'll go to that and ground power. After that we'll get the left pump on, we'll get the APU up and going. Position lights can go on, which are checked, anti-collision can go on. Put them on after, we'll get our logo on which will be set. Cabin lights and emergency exits can be armed. We'll have no smoking along with our seatbelts which can be checked. We'll get our panel lighting on and we'll do the rest as we go down. PACX can now go on with the trim air, put the PACX to auto, the APU feed can go on, the isolation valves open as well, which is also checked. We're going to do the ILS selectors. So there's nav 1 and nav 2. You can see we'll test our flaps which are all set and checked. The flight recorder is tested. Max speed warning and we'll test the stall warning once we are fully configured. So from there we then go into the FMC, so we can light up the panels for our flight today. Okay, which is also set. Coming down we can get our routing and we'll also get our weather. So let's get our weather first. So we're going from Lima Yankee Bravo Echo. Send that in. After that we'll go in and get the weather once we're finished. So Lima Yankee Bravo Echo, go in for the ref, go in, we'll take that, show it into the position, go into our routing now, get that all set, coming in, got Lima Yankee Tango Victor for Tivat. We're going to be departing now as we get the charts up to have a look. Now we're departing out runway 30. And we're going to be leaving out on the Val 2 Zulu. Okay, which is set. From Val, we're going to take the November 732. Which takes us to Porto Negro. So we've got Papa Oscar Delta. From there, we're going to be coming in for the Pod 1 Foxtrot. Right here, and we're coming in for 1-4 on the NDB, and we are going to be taking the Yankee as we come in for our arrival today, so the Zulu. So we're going to take the Zulu and we are going to transition from Mammal as we come through. As we can see here, we can either take a Mammal or a Zulu. Into that right hand turn as we follow through, and once we get to the Tivat, we're basically going to then make a left hand turn. We're then going to basically 3.9 from the localizer, which is right here, Tango India Victor. So we're going to then turn onto the 336, we'll be disconnected from here, fire manually onto the 336, and then 4 DME from the localizer. We're then going to make our right hand turn to come in for the runway down onto 1-4. So there is 3 DME for the turn went in, which is all set for us. We've also got the other NDB, but we're not coming from that direction. So now that's all set and done for us, so we can go into the route, we can activate that up. We'll go and get our perf now on for our weights. Our fuel we're taking is 8.4, we've got 6.1, which will give us 2.3 on the reserves. Cost index today is going to be 80. Going for a flight level of 190. ISO is going to be 166023. Which is minus 12. .166.023, which was minus 12. After that, in one limit, transition 10,000, full take of climb 1 as usual. Going for flaps 5, 143, 145 and a 153 for V2, which will now go bug. So 153, flight directors can now come on. First officer's panel can be lit as well. Go and check our weather now. So let's go and get that so we can check and see what's going on. So we'll just send off the weather, wait for that to come back, and it should be a really nice flight. So we've got 020, 10 and 1010 from the QH. Okay. So 020, 10, which is going to be for our winds. Reset the takeoff speeds, which are set 1010 on the QNH, which is also set. Reserve panel can now set 1010, which is set, and we can get the reserve gauges all set as well. Before we switch over the APU, we'll do the fire tests. Okay, that's fully set and checked. We're going to do the APU test now. So there's our overheat detection. There's our overheat detection. So the APU is all ready and set for us to go. So we'll go to the next part of our checklist. As we come down, so transponder set to standby. We've got indicated airspeed, which is going to be 153 for V2 as we come out. Out of the runway heading today, leaving out of runway 30, we have got 297. Set. And as we leave out today, we're going to be leaving out to the 297. Once we get to Bravo 401 max 230, 6,000 feet, make a left hand turn, and we'll stay at 6,000 all the way until we get to JVO, which is the 11 at 6.6. Okay, which is also set. JVO is 34 nautical miles from us, which is set and checked. We're going to switch over to gens now. As we switch over, go to Gen 1. From there, initial altitude set, we're going for our flight level of 190. Landing elevation down in Tivat for our arrival today is going to be at 20, so we'll leave that at 0, which is checked. We'll down the window heat can now go on, which is set and checked. After that, we've got our flight altitude, landing altitudes are set. We've got 190 and we've got 040 landing altitude down at the airport, which is 20 feet. Flight directors are on. We've got LNV as required. Altimeter brand 1010, which is set, cross-checked on either side, and the reserve, which is set. Auto brake and set to auto over, which is checked. Com radios, which are also set for the 116.6, which is in for Belgrade, and doors can now be closed, so we can now tell the guys that we are ready to leave, get ground services and everything all set as we close the door and get ready to go. So on our taxi out, we're pretty much going to taxi on out, take a right onto Alpha, follow it down to 30, and that should be us all set and ready to go today. So we can now call the tug and we can get ready to depart. The tug's now coming, so we go to have a full start checklist. We've got the auto throttle, which is set. We get our left and right centre pumps on, so we get the left and right which are on. We don't need, we can just quickly just put them on. It's under 720, I think, if we get them on. But we'll put them on anyways, they're going to run out soon. So electric hydraulics can now be going on, which are set and checked. Any collision light can be on. Parking brake is set, ground equipment is removed, and the engine area is clear. So that is our before start checklist complete. On for our engine start checklist, secondary display unit will be engine, which it is. And then from there, overhead, we're going to switch the PACX off. Engine bleeds can now come off. As we've got the APU bleed already and set switched over, ready for us to switch over to Gen 1 and 2.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Okay, so ready to connect up now. As the toke's going to get us lifted off and out of runway 30. So we've got 6,000 set in for our initial as we leave out 297. Coming onto that left turn, go onto the 205 max 250 at 6,000 feet, and we follow 6,000 feet or above if instructed by ATC. So what I think is, if we don't reach 6,000 by the time we reach the 163, then what we'll do is we'll just go straight up to level, as we can see the little hyphens here. So if instructed, so we can just do a full climber through to 190.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Okay, so we can release parking brake.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Okay, so we'll go over to our overhead now. Get our engine's number 1 start to ground, which is set. There we go. Just set the throttles back. So we've got the start valve, which is open. All pressure and all temp will come to life. 25% will inject fuel, and then our EGT exhaust gas temperature will come to life also. Now has come over with the starter now as we get the dual shell, as we did forget it. So we'll go for engine number 2 now, so we get that to ground. We'll see the start valve now increase, the engine's just a little lit up. Then 2's going to come to life, oil pressure will come up, and then 25% in 2 will inject fuel, EGT will start to increase, and then we'll have 2 engines on the go.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay, so go ahead and set parking brake.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Okay, so we'll also give them just a moment. We can now go to our overhead now and get everything all set as the brake doesn't seem to work properly. So let's go to our before taxi checklist. So we've got generators 1 and 2 which can be switched over, which are checked. We go to Gen 1 TR1 which is also set and checked. Probe C can now go on, which is set. Wing anti-ice and engine IC-ice can stay off. Put the PACX to auto. The isolation valve can be auto. The PACX can now for the bleeds can go on. The APU bleed can go off along with the APU. We can tell the tug now to leave, as we are practically all set now, ready to go. Engine start switches can be continuous, which are set. Flaps as required, so we're going for flaps 5, which will also be set and checked. Elevator trim before we go. 22.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
See you soon, bye-bye. So 5.5, as we like to travel heavy. 5.5, which is set. From there, we've got our flight controls, which are free and correct, which are also set. And lower display unit along with our recall, which is all set and checked. So turn off the lower display unit. Leave that one there if we really want to, which is fine. Taxi lights are on for our request taxi clearance, and runway turn off lights as required. So we are now pretty much all set and ready to leave out of the runway. It should be a really nice arrival today into 1-4. Get ready to go.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you.
Take a right
If you have
turn.
trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist
take
you.
that right hand
If
turn,
the overhead bin
and
is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and
wind
able
should
to
be calm
perform
once
the
we come
actions
down.
required.
Last time
If
I
you are
looked
not
at
able or
VTOLs, it was
prefer not to perform these actions,
3,500
please
feet
let a flight
clouds.
attendant know so you can be
So it
released.
should be quite nice.
Now's the
Should get
time to
around
get out
to
any
close
last
into
minute text
down in
messages if you
Tivat.
need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
So as we come out now, we'll basically make a right hand turn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 809. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 10 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
So as we now take on to Alpha, then head on down. Here's the hotel hold. Should be a really nice flight. Weather's nice. Got X-Enviro in as well.
When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you're traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest.
If the flight's
Flip it
really
over your
nice
head.
flight,
Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the straps tight. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If it doesn't inflate automatically, you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation. This vest is equipped with a whistle and a light.
So all the add-ons that we use include Reshade, using X-Enviro.
Please make sure to exit the aircraft as soon as possible and leave your belongings. Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time.
So we've got
Please
quite a
securely stow
selection
your
of
personal items.
Ortho4XP
Make sure your
as well,
seatbelts are fastened and
and
seat backs
obviously
and tray
tweaks
tables
that
are in
we
their
put
full
into
upright
the
position.
sim as well.
We remind you
Put
that
in
this
the
is a
real roads too.
non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the laboratory is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
As we travel down to the end, we can feel the wind kick in just a little bit onto the rudder. Cabin crew are now ready for our departure. Leaving out onto the 297. Will it make that left-hand turn, which is practically going to leave us onto the 205. So that is our departure route. Max. So here we come now up to Alpha, where we're going to hit the Alpha hold, run over and basically line up 430. So cabin crew, take your seats for departure. We'll come out on head and select, which will be the 297 runway head. 400 feet, let's say LNAV. Then once we speed up, we can go max 250 once we come round. 23 before the left turn. So we'll bug up to our flaps after the left turn, then we can go up to 250 within gauge VNAV, which will then lead us over. So as this is a windy one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up a little bit sideways. So what we can do is we can go overhead now, we can get our taxis off, runway turn-offs can go on, position lighters can go to strobes, and we can now taxi on up. So on the taxi, can go up to the end. Takeoffs 143, 145 and 153. Okay, so we'll make that right hand turn now. So here we are, there's that lovely glare as we're going to get that onto that left hand turn once we come round onto the 203. So as soon as we are ready now, we can line up, put the brakes on, and we'll do our before takeoff checklist. So on our before takeoff checklist, we've got parking brake which is set, centre pumps as required. Centre pumps can now go off as we don't need them, which are set and checked. De-ice is off, cabin lights as required, flight instruments check, flight instruments are all checked and set as we are all good to go. After that we've also got our takeoff data, so V1 rotate and V2, we've got 143, 145 and 153 for V2. On the runway heading 297, initial 6,000, we can climb up to 190 if instructed by ATC, so we can do that. Coming out of the runway heading, then we're going to take a left turn onto the 203. And then basically from there we're going to basically go down to the 163. So max 250 and 23, so we'll go up to our flaps up and then we'll hold out before we make that left hand turn. Once we make the left hand turn, then we're going to engage VNAV and then we can go up to 250. So after that, I'll put the landing lights on, which are set and checked, and we are ready to go. So parking brake released, and go up to 40%, push forward on the column. 40% stabilised and towed up. This speed live.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold. 100 knots. Back on the column.
Rotate. Positive rate.
You're right.
400.
Check. Water brake can be turned off now. LNAV can be engaged and gear can be turned off as we now bug up to our flaps up. And just set.
1,000.
297, 1,000, which is also set, so climb speed will now come in as we can now trim down a little. Go up through our flap settings now as we increase speed. And then from there we're going to take that left hand turn, which will take us on to the 203 as well. So up to the 203 in, so obviously we are flying. Okay, which is flaps 1 can now be engaged. Okay, just got a bit of trim. Okay, now as we come up to our flaps 1, 220, as we need to hold max 230 out on the climb. So we can just lift up a little now. As we go out, holding 230 now, and then once we lift over, then we'll engage a V-nav, and we can then go up to 250 max. So after takeoff checklist, we can do put to rear climb, gear is up, auto brake is off and set, flaps are down to flaps 1, we can go flaps up now, which is also checked, gear is up and off, no lights. One-way tunnels can be turned off, so we'll quickly turn them off. Okay, so as we come in for that left-hand turn now, we're just going to go on to the 203. Okay, so just coming up through 220 now. I was going to hold up to 23. Coming out. And from 230. I didn't get basically go on to that right hand turn, so put the V-nav in, which takes us to 2.3. As we come through, past the 37,006, flight directors tend to stay up to 6,000. We're going to hold on for 230, which is also set. It's just a little rocky. Going for 8,000 now. There we go. So that should be me. Holding 2-3. Okay, passing through 9,000 feet. I'm going to go into that left-hand turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the left point. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you will be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
As we get that lovely sun glare.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You cannot let us move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep fastened when you use an unexpected turbulence.
Nächste kaufen. Bekannte Auswahl und Preise finden Sie in der Kaffeekarte in Ihrer Tasche.
Okay, so as we climb through 15,000 feet now, max 250, as we're going to take that next left-hand turn, which is going to take us on to the Bravo 404 for the 164. Okay, 164 is set, 25 degrees of bank, which is also set and checked. On front climb out check, the CMD8, which is engaged, which is also set and checked. Altimeters are set to standard past the 10,000, which was transition altitude. ATC is required below 10, and we were at 250 knots. Now we are going to go up to 250, and then from 250, we're then going to go up to our climb, which will be 305. On for our cruise and descent. 323 for the target speed, and on for the descent we've got 240 over 10,000. We'll also put in the forecast, which we'll do just before we do start to come down. As we make that left hand turn now onto the 164. So all our checklists are complete now as we set off, and what we can do is we can go to our takeoff cinematics now, guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you when we get back for our top of descent, ready to come down into a lovely Tivat for the NDB approach. So we'll see you guys when we get back. careful when we come down into Tivat before we set off. So we'll put in 200, 150 and 100. As we get our wind, we've got for the descent, we've got 202 at 22. We've also got 196 at 019. After that we've got 183 at 12. Okay, which is set. We'll execute that off. I'll come back in a second and we can get the weather before we come down into lovely Tivat today. So I like Tivat. It's a really nice aircraft, airport to fly into. So we'll get the METARs down as we get that all set. Coming in on our descent, I'm going to lower it down to 10,000 initially just to start with, which is set. 10,000 set. There's our top of descent coming in. Once we come down onto the arrival, we can see now that we are going to hit pod, which is the 1130, which we can get in now. Okay, so there's the pod VOR. We are 32 nautical miles away from pod, where we're then going to take the 211 down onto runway 257, and then we'll come down past Lasty, and we're going to follow this route all the way around. And then once we come through, we're then going to go through to the 305, and then a Tango Victor 304, run it all around to Lasty, and then we'll come down to the Tango Victor 301. So we're at 19,000 now. We're going to start our descent down 4,000 above, all the way down until we get 2006 for TAS, which is going to be the NDB down in the airport. So we can get all of them configured as well. So we want Tivat in, which is 345. So 345. Okay, which is set. And we can also put in the localizer, which is 111.3. Set. There's our top of this thing coming into view, so throttles will retard back as we're now coming down for the 198. Okay, which is set. As we catch some lovely views today, I'll make sure to do a wind view arrival for this flight, as it is a really nice one today coming down. So we're going to get our braking distances and our landing speeds as well. So we're coming down 57 to 61, we'll be 0.4, so we're doing 69.6 on the arrival down. Flaps 30, 153 plus 5, we are 159. Go to our landing data, so we're coming in for 14. Winds now, as we get the weather, we can check. Okay, doesn't have no METARs, so we'll go and get the METARs from our weather. And then what we can do is we can carry on down with the braking. So, get the METARs for Tivat. So coming down into Tivat, we've got 260 at 06. Now we will be landing on the opposite runway as it is lighting, but I want to do the 1.4, temperature is 29, which is also set. Engine's going to go on as 13, so we don't actually need them on at all. From there, QNH coming down is 1009. Which is set. We're coming in for 69.6, we're doing flaps 30, VREV, we've got 6 knots, so we run that all in, take max auto brake, as when we come off of the runway. We'll be able to see in the airport. Once we come down onto 1.4, we can go up and turn around at the end and then swing back down to come in for the tunnel block. So we are all ready to go. Lovely orthos in, which are set as we get ready to come down from pod. And then from pod we'll basically going to run it all the way down. So pod's going to come down on the 211 for Mammal, max 250, currently descending through 13,004. So we go to our descent checklist. On for our descent, got the ATIS information, which is already down in the FMC 1009, which is also set. We can put it on the forecast. Okay, which is set. Transit was 10,000, which is also set. Coming down for pod now. We are currently now 8 dB from pod, as we're going to make that left-hand turn onto the 211. And then from there, we've got the NZB, which is the 345, which is set for the Tango Alpha Zulu, which is right here. Then we're basically going to come down 2,600 feet, which is 7.3 dB from the Tango India Victor, which is the localizer. We're going to start that descent down. We were coming down on, as we said, for our minimums, we are going to get 1,660 in. Okay, 1,660, which is going to be 1640 decision on 1009. Can go in as well as we pass 10,000 feet, which is going to be set 1009. Just set 1009 down on the reserve there, and we set 1009, which is also set on the first officers.
Please return to the other
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. So we can carry on that descent now. Go on to the 211. Okay, which is also set. Going down to 2,600, 4,000 above to start with, as we now open up the speed brakes, and we can now get everything ready to go. So landing lights can now turn on.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and secured in a full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Down to 240 now, as we are following away now from pod. So as we leave pod, we are going to be coming down to Mammal, which is there. We're going to take the 189 straight down. So we are already set to come in. There's the runoff, which is right there as we're coming down now towards Mammal. Passing through 9,002. Following on for our descent check. This land altitude is checked 20 feet. We've got full zero, which is set. Recall, which is also set and checked. Reset the MCP altitude. We've got 2,600, which we can set, which is also set and checked. FMC approach speed rev, which is also set. We've got 153 plus 5, 158 coming in flaps 30. Localizer frequency coming down, as we've got set, is going to be the 111 decimal 3, which is in 111 decimal 3, which is setting on both sides. Coming down now, we can put the speed brakes back in and arm them. Rolling down onto the 209, we've got the 211 in, keep the 209 because of the winds. As we're now descending through 8,003, we are going to get ready to come in. Our minimums down onto the runway is going to be 3.9 TIV or TAS NDB into missed approach point 6.3. So TAS is where we're going to disconnect, and then we're going to basically run it around onto the 336, and then we're going to run round onto that right hand turn. So passing through 7,000 now, we can get the aircraft all fully established. 25 degrees outside, so we don't need anti-ice. About 10,000 feet, we've got landing lights which are set, passenger signs which are on, and speed is under 250. We've got our terrain on, which is also set. Passing through 7,000 feet now, just over the speed brakes. Just gets back down to 240. Coming down for our speeds to we've got 25 for mammal, 23, 22, 22, 22. So we'll just make sure that matches 186, yeah. So we're going to get ourselves all prepared to come in for the arrival now. Let's go down to 240, passing through 6005. Okay, let's speed brake in. As we have got a little bit of wind coming down, there's our decel. We'll go up to flaps up. Going to go to 220. So, and get the control column ready as we get ready to come round, and then intercept in. So the NDBs can go in as well. Okay, which is set. There's a TAS NDB which is in 5005 as we hit the decel, and then we go down to 220. So go speed on down now. 220, which is set. Speed brakes can be opened. Coming in now for our approach check. It's got the altimeters which is set for 1009, which are cross-checked on either side. Localizer frequencies to 111.30, which is also set and checked as we are ready now to come in. Switch over the localizers, which are also set. Coming in for the frequencies now as we make that right hand turn to come around the bend. We are going to be ending up back onto the 038. Okay, which is set. 25-degree bank. Localizer course is going to be coming down into Tivat today. We're coming down onto the 302. Okay, which is set. Which is also set. Passing through 5,000 feet. 4,000 above, which is going to stay. Let's make that right hand turn now as we hit Gosel. Then we run down to the NDB. And then from TAS, basically going to get the hit down. So 4,007. 302, which is in for Tango India Victor. From the Tango India Victor, we are then going to make a left turn onto the 302. So we are now heading down onto the 334. Okay, which is set. From there, we've got our landing lights, which are set and checked. Get the approach and everything all set up for when we do. We'll get our gear down, etc. From TAS. There's our end of descent, 2,600. Okay, we've got 220 in. As we come down, there's the end of our descent. So we'll put level change on, so we can get down over speed brakes. So winds are pretty blistering. Coming down for around 850 feet per minute. So keep the speed brakes open. So we get down to 2006 and then we can start the descent down.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go, check to bring the control column over. As we get ready to go, 302 in, which is also set and checked. Go down to 3003. So, what I'm going to do now is we can log into flaps 5 and get our vertical speed down. So we get down to 2006. So that speed right down now. 2002. Once we get round, and we are currently from Tivat, 3.9 from Tivat, we'll then go on to the 302 and then 3.9, then the disconnect and go straight down. So as we roll down to flaps 5. brakes are armed. Coming in for our landing checklist, go around altitude set, runway turn off lights can be turned on now, which are set. Engine start switches are continuous, landing gear will be down, so we'll go to a flaps 15, gear down. Once we get down to 2006, we're going to then start to descend down to 850 down to our minimums, which is set. Okay, 850, which is also set and checked.
2500.
As we now go on to 302.
1,000 to go.
So there's 302, which is set. And then once we get around from the ATF, okay, so let's come down to a flaps 15 now, to 2,000 feet, go to a flaps 30. And what we can do is we'll disconnect the autopilot and disconnect the auto throttle, so we can now fly visually down onto the runway.
1000.
Okay, so we'll go to flaps 30. Tivat, and then going to go on to the 336 and then follow it all the way around. Okay, so we are ready for landing. On our arrival, down off the runway 2003, which is all set. As we get ready to intercept, so we can just deviate to the left a little bit just before we make that turn. .336 is what we're going to swing onto once we come round. 158, which will set for our speeds. Steer me out from Tivat, that's when we'll start to make that right hand turn. So we've got speed brake, which is armed, we've got the auto brake, which is set to max. Come down, flaps 30, 158, which is also buttons in and set. Make a slight left deviation. Okay, so now we can start that descent down. Me as we come round a bend.
our destination. The local time is 5:55 p.m. and it's currently about 29 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, be sure to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Okay, so we turn around here.
We say thank you for being our guest today and looking forward to seeing you soon on one of our flights. All the best to you. Take care. Yourself. Bye-bye.
Okay, so make a 180 degree turn. Backtrack the runway. Okay, as we make our way back down now to the taxi block, and then we can park her up and get ready to go. So flaps fully retracted now, auto brake is off and set. As we're now taxiing down, we can take 50 knots coming down. So you guys can enjoy the arrival from the wings with X-Enviro and the lovely Ortho scenery that's in today from Tivat. Okay, so start to break now. As we turn it into the block. Okay, so as we come over the hold now, just so we just crawl to a pace, we can go overhead now and get our landing lights, which can go off, which are set. Runway turn-offs can go off, taxis can go off, engine starts can go off. Now we've got our strobes to steady, which we can flick on, which are set. Logo can now be turned off, and seatbelt signs can now be turned off too. We'll get the APU up and running now. It is over a minute and a half, and we're all set to come in on the block. So we'll taxi on now to a stand, and then we get to see them lovely views as we came down into that procedure turn. WXs can now be turned off. Terrain can be set. TCAS can now go to standby, and we're ready to come in. So I'll take one of these larger gates down here. So we can swing the aircraft right around, and we've got the blast pads there. If you enjoyed the flight, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and leave any future flight comments down below, as Don suggested in the flight yesterday, this flight, and I do like Tivat, so here we are. Okay, so there we are guys, down in Tivat for the circle to land approach. Hope you enjoyed it. Now it's time for our landed cinematics, so I leave you with the arrival now into Tivat with lovely TUI flying.